I'm live.
We are live. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to episode 69. Nice. Our first time on set, the movie podcast. We talk about whatever movie we want, however the hell we want to. I am Jadoni, and joining us to talk about Toy Story 5 and ranking all 5 Toy Stories is none other than Lotso Pottenbear, Lael on the ones and twos. How you doing, brother?
I want to say it's not lost on me that the very first, the 69th episode is what you make a children's movie.
It just happened like that.
Kind of sick joke is this?
You're a freak for that. You're a menace for even putting that on my body, bro. That's crazy.
I don't play the episodes.
Like I looked at it. I rubbed my hands together. That's
you
crazy.
Did it on 6-7. You could have did it on 6-7, and all the kids would have went up. But
I hope kids aren't listening to this podcast.
They do.
I don't like how you put that on me. That's actually terrifying.
Look,
how you feeling?
I'm good. I guess by happenstance have been watching children's or like kids movies for like I guess the past 2 days. So interesting.
Happenstance.
Yeah.
What have you been watching? Wait. No, fuck it. What have you been watching?
Oh, I could tell you one because I didn't finish it. It's like The Secret of Earthsea. That's a Studio Ghibli. And then I watched The Boy and the Heron, which that'll be the one I talk about. I didn't finish the Earthsea one though.
So we kind of Miyazaki movies as children.
Well, are Studio Ghibli movies not children's movie? I don't know.
Like they're PGs, but like, would you really classify them as children's movies? As
Well,
you
I guess
classify?
this was actually PG-13. It says.
So yeah, I don't think Miyazaki movies are just P. They're just animated.
I don't know. I've always considered Studio Ghibli to be mostly children's movies, just because like they operate in that like very childlike vein of movies where it's like, this is a movie about this part of life to teach you something about this in a childlike way. I don't know. I didn't really finish all of this one though. Like I only got like halfway through, and then we had to pod.
I think it goes based off of what you're, which ones you're watching.
Let me ask you this, because this is another question that I have. And we're like starting off amazingly. With some of these movies, do you feel like a movie like Spirited Away, it's PG. I feel like it delves into more. I feel like sometimes other cultures besides like American, their children's movies tend to like tackle heavier topics.
Because they don't treat children like bitches? Was that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. I just think it's interesting because like Spirited Away is I feel like a very complex thing for a children's movie. And we do have some. I think a good recent example is like the Inside Outs, but that's not as heavy as like like
we have
Spirited Away.
We have like Pocahontas. We have Atlantis. Like some of those touch on even like one we covered it on here. Zootopia 2 and some of the real like more mature. So like we have movies that do that. I think we're more subjected just to the Western movies to where we've seen a lot of them, so we have a wide. We're not that tapped into all the children's movies across the world, so we only have what we can see, well, only the main ones, I should say. Whereas here, we see every single Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks movie, so I think we have more of a understanding of the scale of which they provide that kind of messaging. So I can't speak. I'm saying all this to say I can't speak on it as a whole, in terms of mature storytelling, but we have some here. The Last Wish.
I didn't see that one.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Yes, you did. Yes,
Oh,
you absolutely.
I thought you didn't.
I'm sorry, I didn't say Puss in Boots.
I thought it was
But
something
The Last
else.
Wish,
Yeah.
You good?
I don't know. No, I know what that is.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think
Like, what do I think? Like, could you give me a more
in terms of like the subject matter in children's movies? Like, what are your opinions on
I think
kinda
like
how that's presented?
I would like it to. I like the idea of like a Spirited Away. I think we teeter. I think maybe that's where I'm kind of seeing. I feel like Spirited Away does not teeter at all. It's like you're here, you're living in this reality. Versus something like, which we're going to talk about today, Toy Story teaches and does give you those things, but I don't feel like it sits. It still like provides more brevity. It's a little bit more funny versus something like Spirited Away. It's not really funny. It's like just giving you this world of trying to deal with grief.
I think there is a stark difference between movies that children can watch and children's movies.
Yes.
And I don't know if Spirited Away would necessarily be. I feel like children's movies have an essence to it, to where to them,
Mhm.
to where they're, to your point, more soft in their approach, and even if they do try to tackle more adult themes, they're still, and the way they portray those things, the way they present those things and package it is still more soft and kind of, I don't want to say watered down, but for lack of a better word, it's not as abrasive as maybe you're talking about with Ghibli films, being more upfront and not being around the bush, but kids can still watch them. I think it honestly just boils down to how we view children and how much they can receive and understand in the messaging. And I feel like sometimes we just think that
They say that they say that, I think it's Bluey. They say Bluey had like an episode about grief or something like that. And like parents were saying it was really good. And like they had and it was about like understanding your feelings. I'm pretty sure it was Bluey. They were saying, I can't remember, but Glix was saying that like her little sister watched it and was saying like, hey, it's okay for you to feel these things and to cry because these feelings do come. But what you have to do is give yourself the moment to have the feelings and not try to, fight your feelings, stuff like that. I don't know. I guess that is a good point. There are things that kids could watch, but they're not necessarily kids' movies. I could understand that. I don't know. I also think that children maybe, and it's not true of all children here, but like the idea of our children is like, oh, they get to live in a little bit more of a fantasy world versus kids in other countries where circumstances are a little bit more dire. So, you know what I'm saying? Like the life and the things that they're learning are at a different pace. I think that stuff like those same lessons, those realities that the other kids had, I think that you should give them the children earlier than we probably do. I think it provides a different layer of empathy when you as a child can see another 3-year-old and understand the things that they're trying to experience. But we could stay here for fucking ever. We could move on.
I mean, to be honest, I think Toy Story films more than most provide us the avenue and the grounds to have these kind of conversations, especially in regards to Toy Story 5, having these more, like, yes, we could touch on the movie, but what the movie represents and what it's trying to speak to in terms of technology and the isolation of children and them not being able to make friends. Those are bigger conversations that we can have on this episode. So I think it's going to be a very interesting kind of topic. But before we get into that, leave a comment, because I'm clipping this. Leave a comment, and I want to hear your guys' kind of understanding or reasoning by why Western animation films, or if you feel like Western animation films kind of are more soft compared to some of these others, and what makes a children's movie as well. Follow us on social media. Always First Time On Set Pod on IG, First Time On Set Pod on TikTok, and the First Time On Set on Twitter. We are we're bringing back First Time On TV with our House of the Dragon pods dropping every Tuesday. And for the foreseeable future, we'll be dropping our main pod episodes on Mondays. So just be on the lookout for that. But we're going to be covering House of the Dragon Season 3. Lael, me, Vaughn, maybe some other guests, depending. Because I know Brendan likes the show a lot. I'm sure he would want to pod every once in a while. So be on the lookout for that.
Easter.
Keep following us. Keep showing love. We appreciate y'all trying to climb. We have a tradition here in First Time On Set for our new listeners. We like to talk about our last watched film. Lael already talked about what was the first one?
That was
Did it
Ursi.
finish? Ursi. But you said you wanted to talk
Ursi.
about Boy and Heron.
Oh yeah, Boy and the Heron. It was a really good movie too. I watched the dub. I didn't watch the American one, which like has like Mark Hamill and like
You
Christian
watched the
Bale.
sub.
And sub, sorry, yeah, I watched the sub and not the dub. But it was a really good movie. I think probably not a kids movie. I'm pretty sure that one probably wouldn't be. It was quite a bit of blood. But I think that the movie was it looked very beautiful. A very beautiful message about accepting and continuing to build. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you really want from a movie like this. It looks great, has great acting in it, and has a really good message.
Robert Pattinson was in the dub.
Yeah, both Batman
Robert.
and the Joker.
What?
And Flo
Bale,
Pugh.
Pattinson, Hamill,
Yeah, and Flo Pugh apparently.
and Flo Pugh. Shout out Flo Pugh, man. I'm actually admittedly so far behind on like Miyazaki films.
Mhm.
That's something that I really need to take a moment and like dive into. I've seen a couple, and then obviously when we go to our favorite ramen spot, they have them playing on the screen as always, like all the
Yes.
fucking time. But I'm not gonna give y'all the name because fuck y'all.
Yeah, I keep seeing it on TikTok. I'm getting good for them because they're getting
Oh, it's
money.
booming on TikTok now.
Yeah, it's. I've seen a couple posts about it.
Niggas think it's a game. Niggas really think it's a game. I'll lose my mind.
It's Cheers for me when we go in there. It's a place where they know our name. I sit down, they know
Not
the
even-
order. We don't
I was about
play
to say not
games
even just
here.
the name; they know the order. They know about us. When we don't show up for a while, we come back. They're like, "Yo, where y'all been at?"
Exactly.
we waiting.
We done seen them have like 3 different waiting crews in there.
Talk about it. Real quick, I'm not gonna do my last watch movie because my last watch movie was A Better Tomorrow, the John Woo movie. I
Mhm.
think Chow Yun Fat is like one of the flyest niggas to ever exist in film. But what I want to talk about is The Furious really quick. I'm sure everyone knows by now, but The Furious is the Hong Kong action film that has been sweeping the nation. Or sweeping, yeah, I guess the nation, but it's a new, it's hot off the presses. It basically directed by Kenji Tanigaki, stars Z Miao, sorry, terrible, and Joe Taslim as well. Basically, a journalist and an ordinary guy are trying to bring down a children's trafficking ring. And the shit is so hard. I've seen it twice. Leia, I need you to see it. I'm not gonna spoil anything because it's something that I want people to go in blind about. But this has some of the most creative fight choreography and just fight set pieces that I've seen in an action movie in a long time. And you know me, I'm a big John Wick fan, The Raid, obviously, all these things. But John Wick don't hold a candle to this shit, man. Like, this shit is really, like, instantly, for the moment the credits ended, I was like, yeah, this is a classic, and this is a movie that I will need on physical, and I need to watch yearly, probably every 6 months. The shit is that good from a choreography standpoint, and just 2 hours of straight nonstop action, and I can't recommend the film enough. Dads will love this film. Love it.
I'm upset because like the showings have diminished so that I don't know that I'll be able to watch it at this point. By the time
I think we with a little bit more push, they may start bringing some showings back into the fold because it's starting to gain word of mouth traction. So maybe
I hope
that they'll start putting more showings up.
I really hope, because I do want to watch it. It unfortunately was just not, timing wise, has not worked out for me the best.
Keep hiding. I got to shut my window.
You got it. I really want to watch too. I think I've said it like 3 or 4 times, but I need to watch the other Wong Kar-wai movie, As Tears Go By.
You said As Tears Go By?
Mm-hmm.
You watched it?
No, I need to. The ones I've seen so far, In the Mood for Love, Happy Together, Fallen Angels, Chungking Express, part of Days of Being Wild.
You didn't finish Days of Being Wild?
No, I fell asleep.
Oh, I think you finished that. I want you to tap into Edward Yang. I think you'd really like Edward Yang. My dog. Yang Gang. All right. We bullshitted too long. We know what y'all came here for. We're excited to talk about this. It's time to get into Toy Story 5. Spoilers for all things Toy Story, Toy Story 5. So basically, we will be going through, talking about this film, talk about our relationship with Toy Story. And then after we go through Toy Story 5, we will be ranking. I don't know if Leia has you have your ranking, but I developed my ranking of these films. I watched all 5 films in the span of 2 days, just so I could actively have the most up-to-date kind of ranking for these things. So I'm excited to talk about this. It's always nice to talk about the Toy Story. It's always nice when a new Toy Story film comes out. I think it is the most consistent animated franchise we have in terms of quality.
I would, yeah. I mean, quality, longevity. I don't think that anybody's really touching the numbers that these have. Close, like not close. I mean, but like second would probably be Despicable Me, maybe.
Which I've never been the biggest Despicable Me guy. I like the movies. I'm just not.
I don't think that anybody's as close as the toys.
So, before we get into Toy Story 5, walk me through your relationship with Toy Story, how you feel about the movies, favorite characters, kind of deal.
Toy Story is one of those movies that I guess growing up, I don't remember not having seen it. Like, I couldn't even tell you about the time I watched Toy Story for the first time, because by the time I remember really watching it, I felt like I knew everything about it. But I had already, at that time, I had like Buzz Lightyear VHS, so it was like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I was just always into Toy Story. And I don't know. I have always just really liked it. I'm a Buzz Lightyear fan, but I think the Toy Story movies, especially the first one as a kid, seeing Sid be such a fucking menace to his toys was nuts.
Yo, Sid was a nut, bro.
He was a sicko. Sid was a little motherfucker, but I don't know. I was just very happy when, as we got older, they came back because we were a little older by the time. It was a gap from 2 to 3, and then another little bit of a gap between 3 and 4.
Yeah, it went Toy Story 1, 95, 2 was in 99, basically a 10-year gap from 2 to 3, because 3 came out 2010. Basically another 10-year gap from 3 to 4, because 4 came out in 2019, and then a 7-year gap from 4 to 5.
Yeah.
They're not rushing these things.
Yeah. It was, I mean, and the amount of time they're talking about it's been generations at that point. Like, people who watched the original as kids are in their fucking 30s, pretty much. So, I don't know. I think it's just a classic story. It's so fun, but it also has so much heart. And I think, like you said, they are the most consistent, like, the most consistent children's franchise ever. Movies.
Yeah, man. I mean, from the music to the characters, it's extremely quotable. To your point, a lot of heart in these films. These are movies that I just always knew to your point, had them in like my lexicon or in the back of my head, stowed away. Like they've just always been a part of me in the sense that they've always been around. I was, because I just got out of watching 5 this morning. And like seeing these like really young kids and their parents taking these really young kids, can't be more than like 2, 3, a lot of them, take them to see these films. It's just so funny because I'm sure, at least for Toy Story 2, because I wasn't alive when Toy Story 1 came out, like that was probably me. And I'm like, I don't remember this. But like, I just think when I see little kids going to like movies, it's like this could probably be their first movie where like I remember going to the movies and seeing this. I just think it's so cool that it's lasted over 30 years to this point.
The kids that went to see Toy Story 1 in theater are the ones bringing their kids to see the new ones. It's hilarious.
It's freaking crazy. And clearly it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. We may get to 60 years. Now, let's say 50. We may get to 50 years before they stop doing this shit because they're going to pump out a Toy Story. How did you feel about Toy Story 4 before getting into 5?
I think that was probably, of the ones at the time, my least favorite. But I enjoyed it. I still had fun with it. I think it was trying to tell a different story. I like when the toys are a little bit more together. That one was like the first one to me where they were more separate. Things were a little bit different. I like the formula that you really feel in the first 3, where it's like all the crews together. All the zany characters are there. But I don't know, I enjoyed it. It was not my favorite. How did you feel about the 4th one?
I remember watching it. I think we saw it together.
We did.
In theaters. And we were both cracking up about Forky. I think Forky's fucking, Tony Hale's Forky is great. I liked it. I don't think there's any bad Toy Story movies, but I remember feeling like, because this one was more so like focused on Woody specifically and a character study on Woody, more so than the ensemble cast. It was more so about Woody having his kind of like realization of, I need to go off and do my own thing after he lost his eater. So I didn't mind it, but I was curious to see how they pivoted from the end of 4 and how Woody went off and left Jesse in charge and Buzz kind of hold it down and how they were going to go about this in 5. And then from things I saw with 5, I saw that it was very much a Jesse focused film. So I was curious to see how they kind of handled it. That was our preamble. Getting into Toy Story 5, directed by Andrew Stanton. I think they had a different director the past 3, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe they have.
And Stanton co-wrote the screenplay with Kenneth Harris. And it follows Jesse, Woody, and Buzz as they and other toys deal with the presence of Lilypad, a tablet and the new favorite plaything of Bonnie, who is the new Andy of the, I guess, sequel trilogy, if we Star Wars it. Because they announced that they're trying to do a trilogy for Bonnie like they did for Andy.
So to give a little context, Andrew Stanton has written or been a writer on all of these.
On all of these, yep.
And then Andrew Stanton is now just directing and writing, and co-wrote it with, like you said, Kenneth Harris. So I guess I could see. I know that like the original, didn't somebody walked away from it? In between that Lasseter, he'd walked away from it. So he was like one of the co-creators of it, who hasn't been involved since 2018, so since the last one. So I guess that's kind of why they kind of went in a new direction here.
That's why it was such a... Who did Lightyear?
I'll look it up. You go ahead.
But yeah, basically, this Toy Story 4 is supposed to be the ending of the franchise. I mean, Toy Story 3 is supposed to be the ending of the franchise too, but Toy Story 4 was supposed to be the last film in the franchise. And the way it ended with Woody going off and leaving people to do their own thing felt like, okay, this is a good ending. But Michael, the mouse, and money always win. And they're like, no, we're going to keep pumping these joints out. So we got
Angus McLean.
Did you say it again?
Angus McLean.
Hard ass name. So was the biggest fan of Lightyear. We're not ranking Lightyear in the Toy Story thing. But with that, lead Jesse movie, Woody comes back after being off of Bo Peep. Technology is the big antagonist of the film. Lael, coming to you. What were your thoughts of Toy Story 5?
I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I felt like, again, just another really good movie for kids and adults to have fun in. And though I do feel like that they're still deviating from a little bit of the formula that I like, that I think made the first trilogy so special, I do think that this is still a fun and enjoyable movie.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think they have the formula in the sense of they know what's going to pull the heartstrings. They know who we want to see for the most part. That's a gripe I do have with the movie. For the most part, they think they know what we want to see. But like you said, pivoting 4 was such a pivot in terms of focus and how they were kind of telling the story. Toy Story 5, they kind of forewent. That's the word. I don't even know. Kind of just forgot about 4 a little bit with a little bit of, crumbs. But this is a whole new story with basically a whole new cast in terms of the other toys, the ensemble. Kind of leaving the back seat, Rex, Mr. Potato Head, Slinky, all the ones that we grew up on, to have these new toys, which I understand. This is a problem that we had with Scream and how they're so scared of committing to like the new gen. They want these old characters to stick around, kind of takes away the stakes. They're trying to introduce new characters for the new generation, the little kids who are going to see this for the first time. This is their first Toy Story movie. fall in love with those characters like we did when we were younger. I understand it. Me personally, I want to see the characters that I know because I think they just make the movie. Like not having a lot of Mr. Potato Head or my dog, Dr. Evil Pork Chop. Evil Dr. Pork Chop, I'm sorry. It kind of hurts a little bit.
Do you think that it was that because didn't the original actors for some of those pass too?
Yeah, I believe so.
Do you think that maybe
they changed some? Like
they gave them new actors. They did give them new actors for that, but I think maybe I don't know. In my brain, I think that maybe the issue with why they're not as present is they don't feel like the new, like the life that the old actors gave it is probably not there. That spark probably doesn't feel there for them. That's how I interpret it.
That makes sense. And that definitely makes sense. And they, instead of putting the strain and try to put a lot of the movie on their shoulders, still having their presence. So old ass people like us can be like, hey, those are our people, but not having them have to shoulder the load of a lot of the other scenes when it's not Woody, Buzz, or Jesse. I can see that. I like this movie. I was nervous, but I like this movie. I do think it's getting to a point where it does kind of feel repetitive in some of the messaging and in some of the beats. Look, another toy. Because like in Toy Story 2, I'm not trying to do too much of like recollection just because we're going to do the ranking, but like in Toy Story 2, Woody grappled with the fact that Andy's going to grow up and grow out of him. And like that was the whole central theme of that movie. Is, I'm not going to be around forever. People are going to leave, abandoned. So we did that too. And then for 5, it's like, okay, Jesse's kind of having the same thing. So it felt a little bit of retreading. But I think Jesse's such a good character that I'll allow it. Like I have some fucking authority, but like it doesn't take away from it because I like Jesse so much.
I agree. I think they found ways to make it a little different though. Like where like they bring in obviously like the technology, which was a thing but wasn't as big a thing at that point. But then they also bring in something that a lot of parents are and people are very focused on, especially with their kids, is the ability to be able to socialize with those. So it's like they kind of retold the story, but I feel like it's, in my opinion, an okay retelling because it's more applicable to what kids today are more likely dealing with.
It's like a modern retelling.
Yes.
Which is like if you fucking doing Frankenstein in 2026 and like it's like that's probably a terrible fucking analogy, but it's just touching it up. It's just touching it up to make it more applicable and more making the kids understand more. But even we go from that, we have the Buzz Lightyear. Mind you, I'm very fucking Toy Story pilled right now because like all the movies are fresh in my brain. We have the Buzz Lightyear who still thinks we have a group of Buzz Lightyears now who still think they're not toys. So we're getting that whole thing again. And it's like, okay, guys, how much can we milk out of this? But again, with this movie, them being the super technology types of Buzz Lightyears that can turn into drones and are Wi-Fi hotspots, it makes for some good beats, even when it is the same kind of shit we're experiencing, which feels like the common theme of this movie is something we've seen before, but a different enough to where you can't be too mad at it.
Yeah, I could say that seems pretty consistent.
Talk to me, because this is 2 years after the 4th film. Woody's fucked off. Jesse and Buzz, my God, that fucking relationship. Jesse is dealing with the fear of being left again because what was her first? Emily was her first kid, and then had Andy and Bonnie, so she's having that that fear of being replaced. Talk to me about Jesse's journey in this film, and also having to kind of combat not only being replaced, but then the things that are replacing her, having to help her out. And talk to me about like her journey and Joan Cusack's performance as Jessie, and overall just how you felt about that character in this movie.
I think it's kind of diving into some of the same things that I would say not fully into the same lane, but like Zootopia 2 did, where they're talking about like, oh, your tech, your kind are horrible. They're like, our kind, like, like, yeah, it was very much diving into that, like, differences doesn't make somebody bad. Being bad is what makes somebody bad. And I think the redemption that they have for like Lily Pad at the end, to where Jessie has to realize that, hey, I haven't been the best either. And then the redemption with Lily Pad, where Lily Pad is like, oh shit, well, I fucked up and I put Bonnie with bad kids. So it's like, I think that they go through a lengths to show people, again, that I think a message they're really trying to hammer home to kids is that differences are just differences. It doesn't make you a good or a bad person. If you're a new toy, if you're old toy, if you're tech, if you're not, I think that's really what they focus on. I think that Jesse's journey in trying to understand that is something that I don't know that kids, like the audience that it may be like really aimed at right now, will really understand. But I think as they get older and they go back and look on it, they're like, oh shit. Cause it's like, it's telling you like, don't, like, one, be okay. Kind of the same thing that Boy in the Harem was saying, honestly. It's a different story of it. But like, one, you have to be okay and accept that things change. Mm-hmm. And you cannot fight that things change, but also change isn't always the worst thing ever. Because as she saw that the change happened and it brought Bonnie with Blaze. Yeah. Insane name to give a child, but I respect it.
Man. Tough.
And also, how old was Bonnie supposed to be in this movie?
Bonnie's 8. Remember, because when
tiny 8-year-old
when they get which plays into her character and how timid she is. But when they gave her lily pad, she said, "You're 8." Did they say 8.5? Like, you're 8.5 now. Like, you're allowed to play with it. Allowed to have one of these.
I couldn't remember. I was like, Bonnie just seems so tiny, like a toddler.
Blaze
almost.
Is 9, I believe.
I thought Blaze was 8.
I think Blaze was 9. I think Blaze is older than Bonnie.
But either way, it was like it brings them together, and it's a good journey about accepting change. And I think that's something that kids always need some kind of like lesson and refresher on, because change happens so much in kids' lives, and it's not really things that they can stop. Shit's gonna change. So I think that was a good story. And a good progression of Jessie, a character who, like, we always has been there, has always had some emotional depth, but we never really got to dive in to her, like her true emotional depth,
a true psyche. And she's great. Her and Bullseye. God, I love Bullseye. The movies are better with Bullseye in it. Bullseye was having the time. He pulled up with all his niggas, all his horse niggas. He's like, yo, you see? He had 2 on his arm.
She wanted him to leave. He's like, yo, it's all horses in here.
The fuck? This movie, it's kind of, do you think there are going to be some kids that look at this film and like have like an existential moment of like they see themselves in Bonnie, or like they see themselves going down the hole of being like facing the tablet, or they're already in that? Most kids are already fucking in that mode. Do you think kids are gonna watch this and like be like, oh my God, am I a loser? Am I this? I just thought about that when I was watching the film. I started dying laughing.
I don't know, man. It's like, the reason I'm kind of worried is that, like, it seems like literacy sometimes is like at a low. I'm like, sometimes you understanding?
It statistically is at a low.
I'm like, are you understanding? Like, I feel like I watched a video of a woman. It was like middle schoolers. This is like their favorite rap song. Some artist that I'd never heard of. And they're like, and she was like, okay, I'm not judging you that you like the song. Just tell me, what is this song about? And they're like, everybody just goes stone silent. I'm like, my God. And it wasn't that hard to understand. I was like, this is just nuts. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I would like to hope and think that they could relate with something, whether it's Jesse or Bonnie, that they could relate with either of them and say, hey, I'm going through a change, and not just go, oh, wow, pretty colors. Like,
Forky. I don't know. I would like to think, I like to be hopeful that they could see themselves and be like, oh my God, this is telling me like maybe there is more, like, because I think what this movie is operating on, it's like, at first, obviously the technology, Lily Pad, played by Greta Lee, is, which I didn't know it was Greta Lee until I just looked at the credits, is framed as the main villain, and that technology is so bad and so terrible. But the movie comes around to where, like, there is some good that could come from technology and being able to find friends and do these things, but you actually have to put in the work to, like, be social and kind of break down the walls of the antisocial nature that technology, like these tablets, bring. I would like to think kids would heed those warnings, but I don't know. I'm trying not to call our youth stupid.
it's like a weird battle, because it's like, I think kids now would rather FaceTime than text, which is good, because we also have, like, I feel like somewhere between our generation and a little bit older than us, it's like text. And like these kids, they're on FaceTime. So I'm like, okay, that's somewhat more social, like actually talking more so than just texting 24/7 for every single thing, which is a little, it's I can't.
It's tough.
It's a lot.
I can't do it. I'm bad.
I'm like, it's a lot. But at the same time, it's like we're also in a place where, like, we're also in a place where, like, they don't really seem to like, the idea for a lot of these kids is, like, we would say, oh, let's all get together and play the game. But, like, their idea of it is, I'm going to sit in my room and you sit in your room and let's play the game. Which, again, kind of takes away. It's like a push and a pull with some of the shit. I don't know. Like, kids don't want to go out and go to the arcades as much anymore and play games with each other. They just want to go play games by themselves. It's a weird push and pull. I can't tell you how it's going to go, to be honest with you. I think
it's scary. It's weird. I think this movie does do a good job of, like, showcasing the kind of awkward nature of some of these iPad kids. Well, like, even with Bonnie and Blaze's second interaction, and, like, them being scared, like Blaze and her not knowing how to communicate with each other and talk, and, like, what to talk about, and then you see them obviously opening up, becoming friends, but, like, when you're not getting that face-to-face relationship, building friendship, learning how to have conversations, these kids are going to be awkward. We see it with our generation too. You ever go out? We go outside. You go outside to, like, a bar, to a club. People aren't talking to each other. A lot of people just stand around.
they stand around. Like,
they don't know what to say.
Stand around, eyes wide. They don't know how to have conversations. I feel like that's why half of them get in fights. Somebody does something, they don't know how to have a conversation. They don't know how to say, "Yo, watch out."
Talk, nigga.
But that I think the point of the movie is that's always existed and it will continue to exist. I think the thing is, like, I feel like half the friends that you have when you grow up, like, oh, we play the same game, we like the same show, we watch, and then you become friends, and then you realize, oh, we have more in common. Besides that, it's just like something. I think, I don't know, and it could be because our generation are teachers and they're kind of fucking dumb, so they probably shouldn't be teachers. But, like,
No, I'm not gonna do that. We have some good teachers, bro. We have some good
of course,
teacher
because
friends.
we do have good teacher friends. But I'm saying, like, our generation is kind of fucking stupid. They said, like, there was a poll, like an anonymous poll, and obviously it's not going to be accurate, but, like, it was an alarming amount of people go to work high. And I'm like, it's fucking nuts.
As teachers or just in general?
In general, in every occupation. Like, it's nuts. Wake and bake on the way to teach children is nuts.
That's crazy. Depending on the job, though.
Depending on the job, I get it. But I'm saying, if I just lump in our generation as a whole, and I look at the fact that there's going to be teachers that are doing some dumb shit like that, and I'm like, God.
I'd be livid if I found out my kid's teacher was getting high every morning. I'm going to be so real with you.
I mean, yeah, I feel like you should be. Like, I'd be livid if I found out my doctor was high, my nurse was high, my lawyer was high. No, fuck that.
Well, what kind of doctor are we talking about?
I don't give a fuck what kind of doctor you are, because you being high and fucking up one thing, you could put me on some crazy ass medicine I wasn't supposed to be on. Now I'm fucked.
Look, hear me out. My masseuse being high.
Until they got the fentanyl.
What kind of high you talking? I thought we were talking about weed.
I don't know. Yeah, you don't know where they get their weed from. She could be stepped on. Stone Cold boots. Stomped a mud hole in their weed.
And like, I'm trying to think about other doctor. Dentist, no, you gotta be sober. My physical therapist,
sober.
I let them smoke.
Okay. Yeah, and are you thinking about the physical therapist that could be like working on your neck?
Yeah, but with my physical therapist, I don't have neck problems. I have knee problems.
Oh, so you're saying you're specific?
Yeah, I'm talking about from me. For
I
me
was thinking
specifically.
about in general for this, but
no,
if you're talking about just
that's what I said for me. What I would do, I wouldn't mind my physical therapist be a little high.
I would.
I
don't even want the niggas high cooking my food.
Hold up. But you let your uncles drink. You let your uncles drink. You let your uncles drink and work the grill.
I don't let them drink. I can't stop them. It's not the same thing.
But you don't trip about that.
I mean, I do one because the motherfuckers be spitting. So they start talking loud or doing too much shit. Yeah, I do. I do get a little concerned about it.
They're cooking it. The flame will burn the germs off.
That's hopeful. I don't know what them niggas. You don't know. You're talking about regular germs, but the altered, mutated germs that come from coronas, black and milds, God knows what else has been in their mouth. I don't know that it does. So like,
their bodies hosted hella dirty bubbles. What did you think about the culmination of the Buzz Jesse relationship?
They've been teetering on it for some time. He was about to die about being her deputy.
Bro, he was ready. He wasn't ready to die about it. He was ready to smoke a nigga about it. He would have put one in Woody. Like no doubt about my he was backdoor Woody.
I don't like how they tried to make him too timid, like he didn't know how to propose. So don't do my guy like that.
He's never had to do that though. All he knows is Star Command and killing Zurg. You don't know how to.
But that put a dog in you.
In Toy Story 4, Woody was talking about his inner voice. That nigga Buzz said, "What's that?" You think that nigga knows how to propose to somebody?
Yeah. Buzz is fly. Like I don't like how they try to make him like he didn't know how to do it. I said, he would never.
He was terrified. They've been teasing it forever. They're married. It all stemmed from Buzz getting hard in the first one or the second one with his wings popped out. I thought it was cute. And what she say? You're with me forever, and then like pushed him. I thought that was cute.
What about Forky and
Evelyn? What the fuck is her name?
I don't even see the name listed.
Give me a second. What's it? I'll find it. 1 second. Karen Beverly. Dude, I didn't laugh as much as I thought I would laugh for this movie. I still like the movie, but I didn't like laugh out loud. One, I did laugh out loud when Lily Pad was doing her thing. She's like, "Yeah, I took down what you said," and it replayed what Jesse said, and it replayed it in Spanish. She said, "Now in a rap," and she starts playing the song, and Forky grabs Karen Beverly and goes, "Ah, baby, our first dance." This shit made me laugh.
I laughed when voiced by Maddie Matheson, who didn't know, the Dr. Nutcase, when he was like, "What's the point?" he's like, "What's the point? Just let me fall." They don't want to play no more. And Woody had to come in there and be the intervention, the crisis intervention management. He's like, "No, there's plenty
Technology's coming for us."
It was funny.
Bro, they reference suicide in these movies so much. These toys want to kill themselves all the time.
Right? He was ready off himself. I thought that's what Jessie was trying to do when she went up to the window.
When she went out the window and fell off? That's what I thought she was doing.
Off herself.
I'm the useless one. And it just falls out the window, but onto the horse. That moment where she realized that Emily named her kid after her, it got me a little. I was like, damn, that's sweet. That's a sweet thing. That's a very heartfelt moment. One thing I didn't like about this movie is Woody's whole thing. I don't think Woody was needed in this film at all. I feel like they put Woody in here because it's Toy Story. But even Andrew Stanton mentioned, like, the first draft of this film did not have Woody in it at all. It felt like they put him in here because, like, we need Woody. But I think all the narrative beats, all of the themes that they were trying to portray, you can still have Buzz's insecurity about being Jesse's deputy just because he let Lily take over and all these different things. That's still kind of alive and that can still resonate. Woody felt like a tag along, and I like seeing Woody, but he was honestly just there for bald and fat jokes.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not mad. They used him as part of the plot with Buzz just to get their banter again. And so I'm not like mad at it. Ultimately, because I feel like he didn't because I don't feel like he impacted the main story, which is why I'm not mad that he was there and that he just got to be a side character, which is, it's ultimately fine to me. Because if it came to the point where I felt like he was taking up main story just with like shoehorning that in, I'd be like, okay, this is nuts. Mm-hmm. But him being there so they could get that shine joke off, and then like the belt comes off, and they're like, damn, maybe life on the road ain't all that cracked up to be.
That joke makes literally no sense, but I still laugh regardless. Because like, how did he get fat? Nobody else got fat.
Another joke I thought was funny when they said the tea, when they're supposed to be drinking tea, they go, like, obviously not drinking any tea.
Dog. Or the pig being named Jimmy Dean. Jesse being like, Also, I really liked, because you know how in every Toy Story they have, like, they start with the movie with like the play. It's like the big play sequence. The play sequences in this movie, there was like 3 of them. I really liked them, and how they changed the art style to make it more like hand-drawn crayon type of stuff. I really, really liked that. And especially when Jesse was first introducing all the old technology toys to play, and it was like a spy thriller type of deal. I thought that was really cool.
You wipe your ass.
Yo, okay. I was like, when is this joke that Leia was telling me about gonna come up? Dude, when they did that, dude, all the kids were like, I started losing it. I said, there it is.
No, I legitimately saw a kid pop out of his seat like that when the shoot. I was crying.
Bro, why did all the Buzzes treat Jesse like Lisa Al-Gaib? They all started They would ride for her.
Because I was about to say, like, that was like, that was their moment. Like, she's the Star Command. They saw the star and they're like, shit. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the buzzes when they saw the one guy by himself, I thought they was gonna jump him.
You thought they was gonna beat the shit out of him?
I was like, yo, I said, they not know the rules. I thought they was gonna beat the shit out of them, man. Imagine going into your office, because like that type of job has like a first aid place. You come in there and beating the shit up. Yo, I just got jumped by some toys.
You talking about when they were in like the yard with the crane?
Yeah.
And the dude was
they
walking?
said that nigga straight to Shepherd Pratt. What?
What they said? They said, why do we all stop? If they started beating, apparently they were supposed to be antagonistic in the early draft as well. They were supposed to be like big antagonists, but they were just vibing. Them niggas was funny. Star Command. I really did like this movie. I thought it was a good time. I think it's Toy Story, man. It's hard to hate, really. I'm curious to see what they do with the sixth one. Because we're gonna get a sixth one.
You may have 3 kids by then.
Me? Not gonna lie. In the theater, I almost like had a little panic attack because I was like, damn, all these niggas bringing their kids in here. I'm just a childless nigga sitting here watching Toy Story. Am I gonna have a kid by the next time the next Toy Story comes out? I started freaking out.
As soon as the movie, you were clapping with the kid. You're like, wait, I'm with the wrong audience here.
Also, someone tried to start a weak ass clap after the movie. No one joined in, and they started clapping louder to make it seem like, oh yeah, like come on, God, no. That shit makes me nervous though, bro. What if I have no kids to show Toy Story?
You're childlike enough. I think it'll.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's good, man.
What? No. What's that supposed to mean?
No, it's good, man. It's good.
I don't like that. Do you want to see Toy Story 6?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. I'll say, like Fantano recently said about Charlie XCX, nothing about their body of work so far has led me to say, I will not tune into the next one. Even if it's something I haven't enjoyed the most, like I didn't with 4. I still was here for 5, which I thought was an improvement on 4. So, to me, they're trending right. I will continue to watch these until it's something so egregious to where I'm like, all right, maybe I don't need to tune in for that. Like the Marvel shows. God, haven't tuned into those forever.
Well, you just watched Daredevil.
Yeah, I just watched the Daredevil. I was about to say, but watching Daredevil really made me think, I was like, how many Marvel shows have I actually missed?
Let's go through this. Okay, let's go through this. You haven't seen. I'm guessing. I'm guessing what you haven't seen.
I'll tell you if I
haven't. She-Hulk.
No.
Ironheart.
No.
So Captain America. You haven't seen Agatha.
No.
Did you finish Loki?
No.
Wonder Man. Great
No.
fucking show. Great Wonder Man. You would like Wonder Man a lot. What am I missing? Am I missing something? I know you've seen Captain America. I know you've seen WandaVision. Miss Marvel.
No. I haven't seen the Hawkeye one either.
I thought you watched Hawkeye.
Mm-mm.
I remember waking up at 3 a.m. to watch Hawkeye. Don't ask me why I was in that mode, but I was. Secret Invasion. I didn't even watch Secret Invasion.
No.
I haven't seen Marvel Zombies. And then Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which doesn't really count.
I don't count X-Men 97 either, but I mean, I watched it, but like.
You haven't seen most of them.
Yeah, I've not.
I'm not mad.
I watched Daredevil because of my love for Daredevil, and the fact that they kept most of the original cast made me go, okay, well, like maybe this would be okay, and I liked it. I did actually like Daredevil, but I want to watch Wonder Man, but it's like that's the opposite of what Toy Story has done, where it's like they had so much dog shit in the water. So I was like, I cannot keep watching this.
It's tough. It's tough, but I think Toy Story is extremely consistent. And even though I do have feelings of, damn, they're repeating a lot of the same shit, with Beats, they tweak it just enough to where, and it's still a good time, and it looks great. And every time I see Buzz and Woody and Jesse, especially Bullseye, I'm game. Question though. Another question. You mentioned off the record, but I'm bringing it onto the record. You said Bonnie was being hashtag, or not hashtag, quote, ungrateful. Elaborate.
No, I quoted Michael Scott, and I said she was calling the ungrateful biatch hotline.
I was gonna say I was trying to remove you from that because you're talking about a child, but I was trying to give you grace. But go for it, bro.
Tell Bonnie's parents to sue me. I don't give a fuck. Nah, I think that she was falling into this thing that kids do all the time, where I feel like when like you have so much, but you look at these other kids that are kind of like just other fucking kids, you see them don't do something. I don't want to do this. I hate them. Like, I'm like what, the toy that you love, nigga, like you're being stupid. Like you love this toy, but all of a sudden, because your friends do it, now you act like I hate it. What are you doing? Why did you bring it? I hate when kids hit that phase where they act like the people that literally helped them do everything in life are now the inconvenience. I'm like, annoying.
I can see you getting really mad at your kid for that. Start shaking them. Oh, I'm a bitch. Oh, you don't fuck with dad? You don't fuck with dad? Oh, all right. All right. Make your own food.
No, I would just look. Kids start acting like that. I'm like, you know what? You're gonna stay with your Uncle Armin. See how you like it.
Dear God, that kid gonna see some things.
You would act like that? Have you go with your Uncle Armin out there, slinging packages in the Planet Fitness. Water from a glass only. That's how you want to live. You've been living nice and cushy with these plastic bottles.
Watching D-Wade highlights. Stay away from his phones, kids.
Make you watch Shark Tale.
Armin the type, they be like, can we watch Toy Story? You mean, nah, I'm gonna show you something better. Throwing Shark Tale.
You ain't never seen Shark Tale? Armin starts singing the musical numbers.
Working at the whale wash. You see, you get it? You get it? It's like a car wash, but it's whales. But kids, answer this question for me. How the hell they talking? I have not been able to figure this out. Oh no, I think with Bonnie, it's like, one, it's clearly from the get-go, she's very shy, doesn't know how to make friends. So like she feels like the only way she can make friends is by like fitting in. And
fitting in, being an ass though, is like the annoying part to me. Like why kids fall into that trap is, and I will say, thank God none of my nieces or nephews have hit that vein. But seeing kids like that's the vein you fall into. You want to be a little ass because you think that's like, I hate that. That's how some of my older cousins were. I'll never forget. He pushed me at the chair when I was eating my chips and sandwich, and I vowed revenge, and I ain't let it go.
I know you have it. I'm not right now. Not right now.
Let it go.
She said she ain't know no better. The real issue is the parents though. They pushovers. They pushovers. Again,
same thing I said about like teachers and being our age, parents being our age, terrifying. They're fucking stupid.
They was pushovers, bro.
Have you seen how they type? They're fucking stupid. They don't know how to type. God, don't tell them they don't have access to Chat GPT. They might not be able to form a sentence. Like, it's terrifying how stupid some of these people are that are our age, that are parents.
See, I think Disney's way too pussy because that should be the real Toy Story movie. Because them have to fight Soros, whatever the fuck it's called.
Probably next one. It could be in the next one.
No. Then I don't think they go anti-AI. I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't think the corporation's going to do that. Because did they have they had a partnership with?
Oh, I don't know about it. I saw that Amazon is not releasing Luca's anti-AI movie.
Yeah, the Sam Altman movie, because they just inked the deal. Amazon just inked the deal with Sam Altman's company.
Kind of.
So they're like, nope. So that's my thing.
It's kind of pussy.
It's extremely pussy. But also, if you just ink this big deal, you're not gonna release and produce a movie that is more than likely shitting on the person you just made the deal with.
That's why I respect somebody like Shia LaBeouf. He's like, look, they caught me on some bad shit. They did this documentary about me. It's nuts. But we're gonna help them put it out.
Lil, big Shia LaBeouf fan.
He's a good actor.
All right, let's BBL this. BBL this, and let's go on to our rankings.
Yeah, I think that I'll give this a full BBL. I think that it's very fun. You'll have a good time with this. Kids and adults will laugh their off. So
you're stupid, dog. Yeah, I full BBL this. I had a blast. I can't even it's too good, man. These things are just too good. And even when they're not great, they're still really good. And we'll get 10 Toy Stories. I actually, but to be honest, I really do hope we get a definitive ending one day. And they can just not fall into their worst tendencies and resurrect the franchise. Because we're at 2 points now where they've had okay, this is a good ending, and they just didn't do it. I'm sure we're going to have that same moment with Toy Story 6 at the end of Bonnie's trilogy. How many more trilogies are we going to get of them fighting other kids?
They'll probably just reboot it at some point.
What would be the wildest thing that they could do for a Toy Story? Like a Toy Story Endgame? Humans finding out the toys can talk?
Oh, see, I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking it's more so they come to the fact that because they are they are actual materials that some of them start to deteriorate. Ooh. And that they're trying to fight, they're all trying to find some because one of them, maybe it's a lily pad who can type in hey, well, if you can find one of those airless things, maybe you could live in there forever. And so they're all fighting to find and escape there, but then they realize that they can't get played with in there. They're like, well, I'd rather die on the sword.
Again,
they watch
I feel
Buzz
everything
get
comes
ripped
back
apart.
around.
No, we're getting. Then a middle-aged Sid comes over there. Still the same.
You remember in Toy Story 3 when the garbage man, had Sid's shirt on?
Yeah.
What is post garbage man Sid's life like?
Post garbage man Sid. That's just regular Griffin.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm them humans finding out. I feel like a Mr. Crocker, someone's trying to out the fact that they talk, and they have to go around that. That'd be interesting. But they couldn't make another one after that though. That would have to be the absolute last one.
Probably, yeah.
So BBL, both of us for Toy Story 5. Now we are going to give our list of the top Toy Story movies in order. Not the top Toy Story movies, all the Toy Story movies in order. I don't know if you have a list. Probably just gonna wing it. I have a list. Do you have a list?
Yes.
Awesome. I love this guy. This guy, man. This guy. Look at him. Great. So we're gonna go from last to first. and give our reasoning as to why we think about it, why we think that this is where it lies. So, Lael, you're gonna go first.
I feel like our worst one is going to be the same one.
Let's see.
I'm quite sure.
What's your number 5?
4. I think that 4. That's 4 is also yours, right?
Yeah, 4's mine.
Yeah. So we could just talk about it then. 4, I think that it's still fun. It has moments. I do really want to rewatch it to solidify it again, but I do think that was just the least memorable one. That's where I started to feel like the formula was going away, and they hadn't really regained the charm as much as I'd like. They were skating by off the swag of Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, and like the crew, and bringing in some other people. But I do think that was the weakest of the entries, even still, upon seeing 5.
Yeah. 4, you get more into Woody's psyche. I think it's cool. I don't hate the movie at all. I feel like it's a good movie, but like it's just, to your point, it's not as strong as some of the ones we have ahead of it. Introducing the new characters. That's the first where they kind of put some of our favorites to the side in favor of like the Key and Peele characters. Duke Kaboom with Keanu Reeves, like trying to get these new people in the forefront, and then also it kind of separating Woody and Forky from everybody as well, and kind of focusing on that. Wasn't my favorite. I still think it's a really good movie, and I still think Woody dealing with the idea of like living vicariously through Forky and like having a purpose, which is keeping Bonnie happy and all these different things. It's still a lot to chew on, but ultimately I still think it's the worst one. It's the last. It's my least favorite. I won't say it's the worst.
Yeah, that's ranked at the bottom. So that's number 4. Toy Story number 4 is our 5th on the list. Jaden, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Toy Story 5.
Same. I knew that. I felt like the bottom 2 were going to be pretty much the same.
And
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying we just talked about it for 45 minutes. I don't think.
Yeah.
We had much
all
to say.
the things we said we liked about it. Still, I think obviously both of us prefer the original trilogy. I think there's just a little bit more charm there,
and it just looks incredible. And I think some of the emotional scenes, i.e., realizing that Emily named her kid after Jesse, the Buzz and Jesse marriage, Bonnie and Blaze, fucking who is naming these kids? Bonnie and Blaze having their moment of becoming friends. A lot of really like tender moments.
Yeah.
So our number 4, both of ours, is Toy Story 5. Leia, what is your number 3?
My number 3, I think it honestly is probably more of a 2A, 2B situation. But for list's sake, I think I will say 3. It's like I go back and forth on it a lot, which one I like more. I think, and a lot of this is probably a nostalgia pick of how much of 2 is just ingrained in my memory.
Mm-hmm.
But I really do think that 3 is such a really good entry. I loved Lotso, the bear, his underground toy shit. I loved all the jokes that came from the daycare about how it was some hierarchy. It's pay to play over here. Like literally, it's pay to play in this bitch. They weren't fucking around. I like that. I thought it was fun. I don't really have anything bad to say about 3, honestly. And I don't really have much of anything bad to say about any of the original trilogy. So I think it's just 3, maybe number 3, just because of a nostalgia pick for me.
Pay to play is funny. They really do. Between that and like when they first get to Sunnyside Daycare and they meet They go the butterfly rooms with the big kids, but they were with the smaller kids, and all the toddlers were like slamming them everywhere and like chewing on them and like dipping them in paint and like throwing them. Like that whole sequence got such a laugh out of me. It's so funny. So your number 3 is Toy Story 3. My number 3, I went back and forth on this a lot, but as I watched, Toy Story 3 was the one I watched the least. Toy Story 3 and 4 were ones I watched the least. But going back and rewatching all these, I decided that my 2 and 3 can kind of flip flop depending. But right now, fresh off, I'm ranking my number 3 best Toy Story as the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think these 1 through 3 are damn near perfect movies. I think they're fucking phenomenal. I love these films. So it's not any like detractor to say this is ranked above this one or this one's below this one. Like in terms of the top 3, you can say whatever. It's the first one. It started it. So many quotables. Buzz and Woody's dynamic. It has one of my favorite jokes when Mr. Potato Head takes off his mouth and starts putting it to his ass, talking about kiss ass. It has obviously the Pizza Planet section. It has Sid. So many things that really, really work for me in this movie. And it kickstarted everything. I love it. But I just think the last 1 and 2 on my list, I think I resonated with more emotionally. And I think that's where that separation comes from. But even then, early on Suicide, Buzz trying to kill himself, Buzz getting drunk off tea. There's so many memorable moments from this movie. But I think I'm gonna have Toy Story 1 as my third favorite.
All right.
What's your number 2?
So my number 2 is going to be Toy Story 2. So Toy Story 2, the infamous people, I've seen as full-grown adults, people watch the toy cleaning scene to feel some sense of peace. As full adults, I've seen it with my own eyes. They're like, yes. It soothes them seeing that. But Toy Story 2, again, where we get to meet some more great characters fit in. We have, what's his name? Pete.
Skinny Pete? Not Skinny Pete.
No, Prospect Pete.
Yeah, Prospect Pete. Skinny Pete is from Breaking Bad. My fault.
I was saying, am I tripping? No. We get Prospect Pete, really good villain. We get Buzz seeing other Buzzes, like what the fuck is going on here? We get Woody mortally injured. Didn't know if he was gonna come back from
Stinky Pete. Stinky Pete.
Stinky
Pete? Name. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we get that, and again, I still think that I love Rex panicking in this situation when he thinks it's over for him and the gang. Like, so much about this movie is just fun. So I think that's where it's going to be my number 2.
It's Kelsey Grammer, Stinky Pete. Toy Story 2 is so good. My number 2 is Toy Story 3. I don't even have a preamble for it. Toy Story 3. I think with you mentioned the underground thing, Lotso. We have that scene of the incinerator, which everyone talked about. Yo, when that scene came up, and like for like a few years, niggas would talk about the incinerator set piece at the end of Toy Story 3. Like it was like a top scene in cinema history. Like the way they talked about it, comparing it to like a Holocaust allegory, like all these different things. Like, bro, people were really riding for the incinerator Toy Story 3. I just think it's a really good movie. It's fun. I love the crime syndicate of it all. I love having to break the toys out. Barbie and Ken. But I think what really solidifies it is that ending. And with Andy going off to college and like doing the transition from Andy to Bonnie, and that scene where they're playing together, and they're not even just they're playing together, but him pulling each individual toy that we just spent 3 movies with out of the box and giving them their own moment to like shine and show how much he really cared about them and how much we cared about them as characters. That's why I feel like 3 is such a good like wrap up, because we had that curtain call and had the passing of the torch. It's emotional. You're dealing with growing older and losing your childhood and having to move on, but still being attached to a lot of the shit that happened in your childhood and things you grew up to love. It's very much something that you can resonate with no matter what age you are. And I just really, really, really appreciate that movie. I think it's really good. But 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 can flip flop for me. No, 1 and 3 can flip flop for me at any point. But Toy Story 3 is great.
Yeah. Valid. I think that the first 3, no matter which way you probably put them, I feel like is pretty valid to me. But obviously, with the just process of elimination, my number 1 is clearly number 1. Just so much fun. And all the memories of number 1 coming back. You are a toy. Like, that line was always so great. Him breaking out, and then Buzz flying, or he thought he was flying. Like, that was fun. The initial scene where Sid, his sick, twisted mind, performs these Dr. Kevorkian surgeries on the toys.
And then Buzz goes, I don't think that man's a medical professional at all. Bro, that movie's hilarious.
I don't know. I don't know. Number 1 is always probably going to be my favorite. I just think, and then you have the aliens coming in there and them like damn near worshiping. Like,
the claw.
Yeah, that was just fun. And I think it also reminds me of a time where childhood, because I mean, it came out like 2 years before I was born. It was like a time where like childhood just seemed different too. Like, I mean, I guess it kind of was different. Like, at that point, childhood was like wanting to go outside, play with your toys, with your friends, go to the arcade, eat pizza. Kids these days talking about some, can I have a fucking like steak and let's go to Dave and Buster's? I'm like, eat pizza.
Them little niggas can DoorDash shit now.
It's nuts.
Like, what? Are you kidding me?
It's nuts. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But
you sound old.
No, fuck that. I think these kids,
they get to do this.
They need to eat the banquets, or banquets if you want to be fancy.
Banquets.
I had a friend who called them banquets.
God, that was probably, knowing you, that was probably their prize meal, right? that when they had banquets, you knew it was a good week.
Right. Yeah, man, I remember because they came, it wasn't even at their house though. They came over to my grandmother's house and she had some. She said we could have, she said banquet. She said banquets.
Why you trying to sauce it up?
I'll never forget. That nigga was different. He ate the brownie straight out the microwave.
Bro, no. Where's the nigga at now? Where's he at now?
Marines.
Yeah, makes sense. That nigga got a pain tolerance like I never seen in my life. Bro, eating a banquet brownie out the microwave is insane. Them things was always so hot. Holy shit, that's funny. Oh my gosh. It does remind me of a simpler time. My number 1 favorite Toy Story movie is Toy Story 2. everyone references obviously the cleaning of Woody. But what I was infatuated by when I was younger was the Cheeto dust on my man's fingers when he was asleep. Bro, I was like, damn, he was really eating cheese puffs, something serious, bro. His whole shit was coated. I was enamored by the cheese puffs. When they went on the floor, that's when I was still in my cheese puff eating phase. I don't eat cheese puffs anymore. But when they spill on the floor,
I've tried them recently.
they're not good.
I eat the little tiny bag of it. I was like, I cannot eat any more of this.
Dog, they're
It's
not
terrible.
good. How do we eat those? That may be like a bottom 5 snack of all time. They're not good. They're like, there's no middle to them. It's like, it's weird. It's a weird snack.
I think that the worst is those star little Debbie things, like the little Star Crunch things, whatever those fucking were,
The ones that look like,
and the
Yeah,
cosmic brownies.
and the thing is, I think cosmic brownie propaganda ran amok on us as youths. Same with oatmeal cream pies. Them joints are garbage.
Let me tell you, I know a 50-year-old man who still enjoys oatmeal cream pie and a fudge round.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Bro, if I see a nigga eating oatmeal cream pie with a smile on his face in front of me, it would get real fucking mad.
Yeah, I walked through the door, see a box of extra large fudge rounds, and on the table I said, "Oh my god!"
Fudge rounds are better than oatmeal cream pies, though.
But he'll go between either of them. It doesn't. It's not. It's just. I think he just was going for fudge rounds that day. He will eat an oatmeal cream pie, the extra large one, not the small one too.
Double stuffed oatmeal cream pie is nutty.
It's wicked.
But yeah, Toy Story 2, the plane sequence where they have to, where they're the whole airport, they have to hop on Bullseye, and I think people talk about "To Infinity and Beyond" obviously as like the catchphrase of Toy Story. My catchphrase has always been "Ride like the wind, Bullseye." I love when Woody says that. Gets me so hype every time. I love Bullseye. Woody having to kind of combat with him being like a retro star and like him being immortalized, or coming to terms with the fact that basically we're all going to die. So I might as well make my life. Me being immortal means nothing if I have no purpose. And his purpose is being there for Andy. He loves Andy. And he decided, I will be thrown away one day and Andy will leave me, but at least I wanted to spend my time now. And I really, really appreciated that. You get Bullseye, you get Mrs. Potato Head. Buzz is having his moment in Toy Story 2. Buzz being the voice of reason to Woody after Woody was the voice of reason to Buzz in the first one. Really appreciate the cleaning scene. Also, the dream that Woody had where he like, and he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. And he like falls through the floor. There's so many cool things that go on in this movie that I love it. And this will always be my favorite Toy Story. And I don't think they can make Toy Story. They can mix Toy Story with Batman. I still think Toy Story 2 would be the best.
I think that Toy Story show while Woody was single. Mr. Potato Head always going to value Mrs. Potato Head. That's going to be his number one. But Woody, he has a bad day with Bo Peep. You don't treat me like Andy did. Andy would never do this. It's going to cause a rift in your relationship.
Woody tripping though. He should have been in love with Bo Peep. She said, "Come on." She said, "Let's run." She said, "Let's run away together." He said, "Nah, you a coward."
It's because you loved Andy, man.
Mr. Potato Head. Oh, we never decided. After watching these movies, he is not the blackest. I'm sorry.
He is 100%.
I don't think there is a black character in Toy
He's
Story.
a quintessential black father. Just loves his wife.
Doesn't love his kids. Is that what you're saying? Because he couldn't stand them aliens.
They weren't his kids.
They weren't his kids until the end, and they called him Daddy. They weren't his kids. He was pissed.
The mustache, the hat. That's all black middle-aged father.
I don't know, man. I think you're gassing it. You think you're gassing it. All right, let's go through our list and get out of here. From 5 to 1, my Toy Story ranking, definitive Toy Story ranking. At number 5, Toy Story 4. Number 4, Toy Story 5. 3, the original Toy Story. 2, Toy Story 3. 1, Toy Story 2.
Yeah. My ranking is Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 in that order. And then for the 4th slot, Toy Story 5, and the 5th slot, Toy Story 4.
There we go. Been fun talking about Toy Story. Really great franchise. Excited to see where it goes next. I want to know what y'all's Toy Story rankings are, so leave it in the comments on Spotify, on Apple Music. Not Apple Music. Different lane. Apple Podcast. And then as well, leave it in the comments on the IG and TikTok and everything. Really want to know what your guys' definitive Toy Story ranking is. And while you're leaving a comment, please leave 5 stars wherever you listen to the pod. We really appreciate it. And to celebrate that, we have our Starring 5 game, which Lael will explain to you.
So, Starring 5 is a game where I'm going to name 5 stars from a movie, and it will be Jadoni's job to guess the movie based off of the stars I give him, and in return, you all will leave us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This movie stars Ashton Kutcher, Hilary Duff, Allison Stoner, Allison Stoner, Richard Jenkins, and I believe I want to make sure I'm saying the right name. I'm trying to move to his face because I can see his face, but I'm forgetting his name. Hold on. Where is he at? I know he's in this movie, but I don't think he's in the listing, which is kind of crazy. So I am going to pivot from that actor. Why the fuck can I not find him?
Because he wasn't in the movie?
No, he's 100% in the movie. But I'm thinking maybe they don't have a picture for him or something. Okay. I'm going to pivot. And I will go Dax Shepard.
Dax Shepard, Ashton Kutcher, Hilary Duff, Richard Jenkins,
Allison Stoner.
There's got to be some Disney shit. But does it? Dax Shepard, Hilary Duff, Allison Stoner. What is Allison Stoner been? Was Allison Stoner in Bringing Down the House? What I feel like she was in Bringing Down the House. Along those lines. Are these all like the main cast?
I would say that a couple of them could be outside of the main cast, but they're in the movie enough.
Okay. And is this animated?
No.
Oof. It's tough. Granted, I'm not the biggest Lizzie McGuire fan, so I can't even say for certain if this is Lizzie McGuire. I can't. Ashton Kutcher, Dax Shepard, Richard Jenkins. It's not Dude, Where's My Car? Allison Stoner. I'm blanking. Lizzie McGuire would be too easy because if you said Hilary Duff, that's way too freaking easy of a movie. Wait. I'm seeing it. Jonathan Stoner, Ashton Kutcher. Did I ask if you're withholding a big star from this?
No.
Are you?
Yes.
Not, and is that the person that you can't find on the list?
No.
What was that? Ashton Kutcher. Is it Bringing Down the House? There's another. Is Bringing Down the House. And what's the other one? What's the other one that's like? But it can't be Richard Jenkins, dude. I don't know. Why do I feel like Steve Martin's in this movie? There's Bringing Down the House, and there's Daddy Daycare. I think that's what it is. Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I give up. I don't know.
Okay. Cheaper by the dozen.
That's the freaking movie I was thinking of. That's literally, dude.
I know you. I was
Did you hear me going through it? I was like, what is the? I was like, what is the other movie?
I heard it as I was like, okay.
I couldn't think of. Dude, Cheaper by the Dozen was not coming to my head. But does Hilary Duff wear pink in that movie?
I think so.
Were you thinking of Eugene Levy? Is that what you were thinking of?
No, I swore Sean Ferris was in this movie.
Cheaper by the Dozen is the freaking movie, dog. I swear to you, I couldn't think of it. I was like, Steve Martin's in this. Bringing Down the House is the one with Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Oh. Who you think was in this?
Sean Ferris, Never Back Down, bro. I'm so sure he's in this movie.
Tom Welling from Smallville.
No, he's in Yours, Mine, and Ours.
Uh,
Similar idea, not the same. Cheaper by the Dozen has 12 kids. This movie has 18 kids.
I'm sorry. Damn, that makes me mad. Dude, I could not think of it to save my life, but I knew where I knew. But yeah, man, that was a starring 5. Let me know if you got that. Check us out next week, or actually not next week. Check us out tomorrow for our House of the Dragon coverage. Come back next week. We'll be talking about Supergirl. Be on the lookout for that. Anything else to close it with?
Yeah, if you're stay black to who it concerns, unless you're Mr. Potato Head, because he's black and he does not have to worry about that.
And if you're not black, you're a toy. Take that as you will. All right, y'all. Catch y'all next time.
Peace.